Hi, I'm Mr. Ethan. I'm working on my master's in elementary education, and I recently did some time observing in a music classroom. So I'm just going to share with you some of my observations and some tips and tricks I picked up as well being in the classroom. So, first of all, I remember music class just being stand and sing and very kind of boring for me. I'm not necessarily a musical person, so I didn't really find this interesting. And then I'm not necessarily the best singer, but I make a joyful noise, so that's what matters. So again, it's definitely not just the stand and sing anymore. The students do tend to have more of a smile on their face and do enjoy the music more. They also are just more engaged via technology and other resources we have available to use in the music classroom now. So first of all, organization. The teacher I was observing with really has changed her organization structure within the music classroom, and it's proved to be very beneficial for the students. They're learning more than they had before, and they just seem to be catching on a lot quicker. The way that she does this is she has a musical Monday. So on Monday, she's introducing them to different types of music that they don't necessarily listen to on the radio or in the car or at home. So, whether it's reggae or classical or Latin, it's always introducing new music to them just to create more interest. On Tuesday, we have Tuning Tuesday, where she is introducing notes to the students, finding the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Using solfa notation, she's also using the hand signals, so not necessarily all grades are required to know that, but at least they're getting familiar with them. On Wednesday, we have Worksheet Wednesday. We are working on the strong versus the weak beat when I was in class. So, of course, the strong beat is the first beat of the measure. The weak beat is any of the beats that come after that. They would be padding those different ways, or sometimes use instruments to also. Fun Friday is our Friday option. Students are interacting with music through movement. We used a parachute and raised and lowered it to the beat while singing the song we'd been working with all week. Just a way to get kids up and moving and interacting with music. So definitely encourage anyone to use their lesson plans. Maybe some days like this would work for you as well to make music go a little smoother, or even a regular classroom. Integrate music into your own classroom. Technology is the next thing I'll talk about. The use of technology in our music room was evident in my experience. I just remember grades being entered on a computer. That was about the only technology we used besides instruments or something like that on a very rare occasion. Our curriculum is Music Play. It's an all-online curriculum. They offer songs, worksheets, activities, videos, you name it, they pretty much have it. It's all too standard. So it's definitely a curriculum worth checking out if you're shopping around for that. We used our smartboard in Music Play's worksheets. We had a chart on the board using one of our songs, and the students would go up and draw a ta or a tt over the lyric to help identify those. The younger kids had PowerPoints where a ghost would do a dance. Of course, it seems as always, YouTube is involved in the classroom. We used this to show them different types of musical performances. We did wiggle brain breaks where they would follow along like a Kids Bop dance along video. Highly recommend. And taught them new dance moves. As I kind of mentioned earlier, the integration of music into other areas of school is extremely possible. And I guess I was not necessarily fully aware of all the power that it does have, but we can work it into regular classrooms as well as other specials. For example, PE, we can work on dance moves and rhythm and moving our bodies, and that translates into sports as well. Just being able to control your body, you're going to be more athletic, more mobile, more nimble, and you're just going to have better control over yourself. I thought about math when I was in music and how a whole note's worth 4 beats or a half note is worth 2, and how we could work those into, like, hey, in music you're learning a whole note's worth 4 and we're going to add a half beat. How many beats do we have? Just a way to integrate music into the regular classroom. The importance of music that I picked up on while there was how it can help us learn. We've all used it for memorization, but tying it into other subjects that students wouldn't necessarily think about, I think could be a huge win for our students. The culture of music is something else that I really realized is how it's very important. It teaches us about new experiences. We can learn about new cultures. We can learn about what is, popular overseas or wherever you are. It's just a new way for students to see the world. I really liked this one, if music is the voice of the soul. Before I would definitely say my soul must have been voiceless, but after observing in music, it's really kind of rekindled the want and the desire to learn more about music and be more involved with it. So I'm going to try to make at least a whisper voice. And then finally, I just hope you got some ideas or learned from my tips and tricks that I shared, because I know I really enjoyed spending my time in the music classroom.